Ted Cruz and Robert Beto O'Rourke will hold a televised debate Friday evening at 6 o'clock here on KXAN. The race has been closer than most people expected, raising the stakes.
KXAN's John Dabkovich talked to a UT professor who has studied political campaigns. He found out what effect debates can have when voters seem more divided than ever.
What role do debates play in the political process anymore these days?
Well, I mean, every campaign is different, so some debates don't play any roles at all, and some debates are really important if it's actually a close election. When people watch a debate, are they actually watching for the substance, or are they watching for what they think of the people on camera?
Policy of the United States.
The classic example of this were the Kennedy-Nixon debates back in 1960, where the people that actually listened to the debate without looking at it thought that Nixon won, but the people that watched the debate thought that Kennedy won because Kennedy was better looking and Nixon was perspiring and nervous.
You mentioned the Kennedy-Nixon debate, which is over history has been seen to kind of been the swing in that election. Is it possible in 2018 for a debate to swing an election, do you think?
You know, are debates important? Do they actually swing elections anymore? You know, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people watched the Trump-Clinton debates and thought that Hillary Clinton won all three debates. You know, but again, it's beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
There's no question about that.
It seems like anymore these days there are fewer and fewer people who are undecided. You're on one side or the other. So when you look at this O'Rourke-Cruz debate, who do you think their audience really is? Is it trying to score clips that are going to do well on Twitter, or what are they looking for? What would be considered a win in a debate like this?
I think for Senator Cruz, a win is to be able to motivate your base. I think for Congressman O'Rourke, a victory is, can he actually impact swingable voters? And I think for a lot of folks, that means that we're talking about suburban Republicans, especially suburban Republican women. And a lot of the stuff in debates, you know, especially in a close election, will have to do with likability. You know, and I think that if you take a look at what's being said, especially by Republican operas right now, they're worried about that. Now, does that mean that Ted Cruz is going to lose? You know, he starts out with great advantages. This is a Republican-dominated state with people that actually vote.
And a reminder, 1 week after that Senate debate, KXAN will host a debate between the candidates for Texas governor. I'll moderate that live from the LBJ Library on the UT Austin campus. All begins at 7 o'clock Friday night, September 28th.